Home buyers are canceling contracts at the highest rate since March of 2020. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. New data just dropped from Redfin yesterday about the cancellation rate of home buyers in agreements of sale and contracts to purchase homes, and it was 14.9% of the sales that went under contract in the month of June. And that data can be a little skewed because you go under contract the end of May, the cancellation likely happens in June. The number's 14.9%. To give some perspective on what that means, we saw a 17.6% cancellation rate in March of 2020 when the global pandemic hit. We saw a 16.4% cancellation rate in March of 2020 when real estate was still not essential in a lot of places, including Pennsylvania. And then what we saw as the general range from February 2017 up until now, with the exception of the month of June, May, which the numbers climbed up in a little higher here, so May of 2022, and those 2 months I just mentioned to you, we saw a range of a cancellation rate between 11 and 13% up and down from February 17 up until today. So this is a little bit of a spike here. What does it mean? And I'm clear on a couple things. One is it's also a reaction from all the negative news, the talk of a housing bubble, the market's crashing, all the fear that the media is pumping out there, when in reality, this is just the market normalizing. We're just seeing the market go back to normal, back to the pre-2020 conditions. And pre-2020, there's a couple facts here people have kind of forgotten. The best homes, they still sell quickly no matter what's going on. You got that prime home on a prime street in an area where people are going to live 15, 20 years, and it's priced right and marketed correctly, that home is still going to sell. This cancellation rate, all it is because there's fear, there's uncertainty, rates have climbed up, and people are seeing how the stock market's going to react. So all of this, to me, is very normal when we see the market start to shift. The Fed has been very vocal about raising rates. We've seen all these different things happen that have caused consumers to take a step back. Is a recession coming, which a lot of data points that it is, and they're reevaluating and resetting their home search. So maybe they're still going to buy a home, it's just a different home or a different price point. So knowing there's some uncertainty in the market, and this data just proves that, here's what I'd be doing if I was a seller and if I was a buyer. If I'm a seller right now, I'm getting my home out there if I want to transact in the next 6 to 12 months because we don't know where rates are going to go. Some people think they're going to go up. Others think they're going to stabilize. We don't know the answer. What we do know is that sellers, there's still very low inventory right now. So despite this cancellation rate, it's not uncommon to have to sell the home a couple times now that inspections and appraisals and the normal contingencies are back in play. So don't be afraid of contingencies. This is the sign of a more normal market versus the incredible conditions over the past 24 months. Don't let the news out there scare you. There's still a huge opportunity to get your home sold and get a great price. For buyers, I'd be watching the market very closely. I'd be evaluating where my payment's going to come in. Is that in my budget? Am I seeing properties that I want to see? And I'd be looking at the next 60 days, these summertime months, as an opportunity where there's going to be a little less competition. If you got buyers pulling out of the market, that's great news for anyone that maybe has lost out on a home earlier in the year. So buyers, this might be the opportunity you've been waiting for to get inspections accepted as contingencies, to be able to go in and inspect the home and have some time to make a decision, not have to decide right on the spot if you want to purchase it or not. So there's a lot of opportunity here for home buyers. All the more reason to have a strategy session meeting with a local expert, because you're going to hear all this stuff out in the news. It's clickbait, it's headlines. What I know is that local realtors know what's actually happening in the market, and that's going to be the best information for you. So don't be afraid here. I see opportunities for sellers and buyers. Just have to have the right advice and know what's clickbait and what's real data that's going to affect your real estate decisions.